Good morning, Missouri, and welcome to the Wednesday morning sports report here on the Missouri Sports Network. The Missouri Sports Network, where everyone has a home field advantage. Brought to you by Great Southern Bank. Great Southern Bank with more than 100 locations in 6 states that care as much about your money as you do. Great Southern Bank, member FDIC. Also brought to you by Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks. 12 dealerships here in Southwest Missouri. Drive new roads. Drive a Chevy today. Certainly glad you tuned in here. And as always, the Missouri State Highway Patrol reminds us to take that 3 seconds and buckle up. It's 3 seconds that could save your life. Be safe, be smart, and be here tomorrow. It is September 22nd, 2021. We'll start off with a little bit of this day in history. Go back to 1911. Cy Young pitching now for the Boston Rustlers shuts out the Pittsburgh Pirates 1-0 to capture his 511th and final victory of his career. The only player to drive and run that game for either side was Rustlers shortstop Al Bridwell, a major league shortstop and played for a number of teams in the early 20th century, but most notably the New York Giants when the team was managed by John McGraw. Bridwell is the one who hit the single, which led to the crucial Merkles-Boner base running error of the 1908 season against the Chicago Cubs in September. The error ended up later costing the Giants the pennant. Since Bridwell's apparent walk-off hit was nullified by the fact that Merkle did not touch second base, allegedly, with 2 outs. The commotion that circled the field was for what was thought to be the walk-off winner and in the game, but was not. It was forced to be called a tie. Since the two teams were tied at the end of the year, they played a makeup game. And in that case, the Chicago Cubs won. Bridwell never played in the World Series. Midway through the 1911 season, he was traded by the Giants to the Rustlers, and the Giants would go on to the 1911 World Series. He played his final 2 years in the Federal League. In 1920, on this date, Chicago grand jury convenes to investigate the charges that 8 White Sox players conspired to fix the 1919 World Series. Page 2. In 1969, Willie Mays becomes the second player to hit 600 home runs. He did it in a pinch hitting role in the 7th inning, replacing, of all people, Bobby Bonds in center field. Number 600 came off of San Diego Padres pitcher Mike Corkins. On this date in 1986, Los Angeles Dodger Fernando Valenzuela becomes the first pitcher of Mexican descent to win 20 games in a single season. In 1991, Miami Dolphins coach Don Shula recorded his 300th win on this date, beating the Green Bay Packers 16-13, and in a game that both teams rushed for a combined 78 yards. In 1993, on this date, Nolan Ryan pitches his final game in Seattle, throwing only 4 pitches before tearing his ulnar lateral ligament in his elbow. Actually tore it on the 3rd pitch, but did not ask for the trainers to come out through one more pitch as hard as he could throw it before leaving the game. On to the Missouri Sports Scoreboard, presented by Great Southern Bank, Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks, and Doak Propane. We'll start off in volleyball from around the state. Adrian over Skyline. Barstow defeats University Academy Charter. Buffalo outlast Bolivar. Cameron over Chillicothe. California defeats Capital City. Lafayette County over Carrollton. Woodland defeats Cape Central. Jefferson Festus over Central Park Hills. Springfield Central shuts out Waynesville 3-love. They're now 8-2-1 on the season. Centralia over Bowling Green. Ballard defeats Chilhowie. Mid Buchanan over Cristo Rey. Festus over DeSoto. Crossroads Prep over Bayless. Ash Grove defeats Diamond. Dixon over Russellville. Harrisonville over Excelsior Springs. Fort Zumwalt South 3-2 over Washington. Grandview over Winnetonka. Francis Howell over Holt. John Burroughs defeats St. Louis Notre Dame. Drexel over Kingsville. Marionville shuts out Lockwood. Montgomery County over Calvert Lutheran. These are volleyball scores from last night. Narrix Hall over Parkway North. Stockton shuts out Pleasant Hope. Sacred Heart over Green Ridge. South Iron over Meadow Heights. St. Charles over Orchard Farms. Elsewhere in volleyball, St. Clair shuts out Union. St. Francis Borgia over Christian High School. Borgia now 13-1 on the season. St. Dominic shuts out Lutheran St. Charles. St. Joe Christian over West Nodaway. St. Joe Central over Staley 3-2. St. Genevieve over Saxony Lutheran 3-love. Concordia over Wellington Napoleon 3-love. Camdenton shuts out West Plains. Camdenton 11-6 on the season. Wheaton moves to 9-3, 3-1 over East Newton, and Nixa remains undefeated at 11-0 as they take down a Willard who falls to 13-3-1, and they get a sweep there. In fall season softball last night was Aurora 16-6 over Reed Spring. Bayless over Hancock 15-3. Blair Oaks over Osage 12-2. Lee Summit West over Blue Springs 4-2. Silex over Bowling Green 3-2. Webb City over Carl Junction 15-3. Chaffee 11-0 over Saxony Lutheran. Eugene over Tuscumbia 8-1. Farmington defeats Cape Central. Father Tolton over Hallsville. Gallatin 7-6 over South Harrison. Smithville over Grandview. Carrollton over Holden. Timberland 12-1 over Holt. Here's again our softball scores from last night. Fayette 10-4 over Knox County. St. Joe over Penny 12-1. Blue Springs South over Lee Summit North 4-1. South Callaway shuts out Lynn 13-0. Macon over Canton 2-0. North Shelby defeats Marion County 2-love. Marshfield over Seneca 12-2. Marshfield now 12-2 on the season. Chillicothe moves to 16-3 as they defeat Maryville 13-0. Maysville shuts out Putnam County. Milan over Trenton. Nevada goes to 11-7 as they shut out Monette 15-0. Neelyville over Sykeston 13-5. Northeast Cairo 16-1 over Sturgeon. Rockwood Summit over Northwest Cedar Hill. Park Hill South 17-1 over Oak Park. Mid Buchanan over Plattsburgh. Polo over Princeton. Jackson over Poplar Bluff. Dixon, Salisbury, Winston, Troy Buchanan, Montgomery County, Warrensburg, all winners. Lebanon moves to 13-8 over Waynesville 9-3. Marceline 12-3 now, 16-3 over West Strand. And Wright City defeats Mark Twain 6-3. That's your high school fall softball scoreboard for Tuesday, September the 21st. Moving on now to soccer. Bayless over Crossroads 6-0. Chillicothe 5-2 over Benton. Fatima shuts out Camdenton 1-0. Clinton over Pleasant Hill. Washington 8-2 over Fredericktown. Fulton shuts out Kirksville. Kearney over Grandview 3-2. Francis Howell 4-2 over Holt. Joplin defeats Willard 4-2. Joplin now 8-1 on the season. Ladue over Lafayette 2-0. Lutheran Kansas City 4-2 over Lone Jack. Brentwood 6-1 over Maplewood. Steam Academy 6-1 over McClure North. Hannibal 9-1 over Mexico. Nixa 3-1 over Branson. Lutheran South 1-0 over Pacific. Poplar Bluff defeats DeSoto 5-2. MICDS 3-1 over Principia. These are men's soccer scores from Tuesday, September 21st. Hickman over Rockbridge 1-0. Rockwood Summit 2-0 over Vianney. Smithton 5-0 over Cole Camp. St. Charles shuts out Christian 5-0. Sullivan over Lakeway 2-1. Those are your soccer scoreboard scores from last night here on the Missouri Sports Network, where everyone has a home field advantage. Moving on to page 3, Soccer State rankings came out yesterday. In Class 1, your number 1 ranked team in the state is St. Pius X out of Festus. Number 2 is College Heights Christian. Number 3, Smithton. Number 4 in Class 1 is Summit Christian Academy. Number 5, Father Tolton. Number 6, New Covenant Academy. Number 7, DeBerg. Number 8, Lutheran St. Charles. Number 9, Missouri Military Academy. And number 10, Maplewood Richmond Heights. Moving on to the Class 2 state rankings, Orchard Farm comes in at number 1. Number 2 is Westminster Christian Academy. Number 3, Perryville. Number 4, Logan Rogersville. Number 5, Bishop LeBlanc. Number 6, Afton. Number 7, Saxony Lutheran. Number 8, Odessa. Number 9, Marshall. And number 10, Excelsior Springs. Class 3 state rankings in boys soccer. Number 1, Fort Zumwalt South. Number 2, Pembroke Hill. Number 3, Cape Girardeau Notre Dame. Number 4, Glendale. Number 5, Springfield Catholic. Number 6, Guadalupe Centers Charter. Number 7, St. Paul Lutheran. Number 8, Branson. Number 9, Capital City. Number 10, Platte County. In Class 4 state rankings, Liberty. Number 1, Lee Summit. Number 2, number 3 is Rockhurst. Number 4, Jackson. Number 5, CBC. Number 6, Marquette. Number 7, Hickman. And number 8, Francis Howell. Number 9, Ozark. And number 10, Joplin. Moving on now to page 4. St. Louis Cardinals have now won 10 in a row for the first time since they won 11 in a row from August 9th through August 19th, 2001. In that season, it was very nearly 12 in a row. Woody Williams got the start in Cincinnati and threw 9 innings that day, going for win number 12 in a row. It was knotted up at 2 runs apiece. In the top of the 10th, center fielder Kerry Robinson scores on an error by a ball batted off the bat of Bobby Bonilla. Then Jim Edmonds singles to drive in J.D. Drew to make the score 4-2 Cardinals going into the bottom of the 10th in Cincinnati. Tony La Russa then goes to his 5th pitcher of the day and brings in starter Andy Bennis, who gives up solo shots to Todd Walker and Kelly Stinnett to send it to the 11th. Well, the Cardinals did not score on the top of the 11th, and Ken Griffey Jr. ends it with a walk-off inside the park home run. It was his 16th of the season and 473rd of his career. Coincidentally, the Cardinals had a 10-game winning streak earlier that season in 2001 from May 7th to May 17th. The Cardinals finished the season at 93 and 69 and lost the NL Division Series to the Arizona Diamondbacks. Just once again, a reminder that the battle for Bell is continuing as their efforts to raise awareness for ALS, and the Bears and Panthers will once again honor the late Howard Bell in the ongoing quest to find a cure for ALS, commonly known as Lou Gehrig's disease. It's a 9-inning exhibition game. First pitch to start at 5:30 tomorrow. Gates open first pitch at 6:30. Gates open at 5:30. And tickets are on sale and only available at Hammons Field at the gate. The cost is $5 for adults, and children under 13 are admitted free. All seating is general admission to allow for social distancing at the ballpark. Additionally, there will be a raffle held, giving the fans an opportunity to enter 2 drawings for an assortment of school apparel from each university. That's been your Wednesday morning sports report. Hey, everybody, have a great day. God bless. Good Wednesday.